Muggy day on the Great Plains today, folks. Sorry, I had a mosquito bite on my ankle. It rained for, I'd say 2 days straight almost. You know, it rained here and then it stopped a little while, then it rained some more, and now it's muggy. It's not even above 80, and you can just feel the mugginess in the air. It's crazy. So today, oh Lord, that mosquito got me. For those of you that have been on eBay, you've probably seen pipes like this. They're made in the Ukraine. They're made out of some sort of hardwood. I would imagine it's probably pear or something similar to that. It's not a. It gets a little warm. This one gets a little warm, but not bad. I like the shape though, like a ball on the end of almost an ohm pole, 3/4 bend, not quite a full bend, but it's a. It's actually a pretty good smoker. It didn't come filtered or anything. I had it for about 3 years or so. It's not a bad pipe. It's a pretty good pipe. I dedicate it to Englishes only. And right now I'm smoking a house blend from my local cigar and tobacco store down the street called Cigars Etc. And it's called 007. So I'd say it's a light to mild English. It's not as punchy in the mouth good as 965, and it's not as light as some of the others that I've had, but it's fairly light. When it's on a full, when it's really going, it's a smoky one. Smoke billowy, not necessarily a smoky taste. But it's good. I like it. You know, for a house blend, I'm sure it's called something else someplace else. I'm sure it comes from, Lane or somebody like that. One of those large mass distributors. They probably buy it in 5-pound bags and they put it in their little jars and sell it. It is a bit dry. I don't mind the dry tobacco. But it's good. So I kind of wanted to talk about work and work-related stuff today. As some of you know, that I started my new job last week, a week ago today to be precise, on the floor out at the air conditioning factory here in town. So we make residential and residential commercial, which are like your bigger units for apartment complexes and townhomes and all that, where you're cooling 2 or 3 units at a time instead of just one. But mostly we build the one unit for one house or one apartment or one thing in different sizes. There's big ones, there's medium-sized ones, there's little ones, there's different sizes, different paint schemes, different, all sorts of things. We also built the heating part of it, and et cetera, et cetera. We built a lot of different stuff for the AC and the heating unit. That's a HVAC company pretty much. So, that's gotten me to think about air conditioning a lot more. And how we, as normal consumers, normal homeowners, even if you live in an apartment or rent, you're a homeowner. It got me to thinking about that. How much we don't know about the certain aspects of things that make our home run. And people who work in certain fields, some of the trades and people who work in factories that make things that go in your home. It makes me have respect for them. I always have respect for the trades. I always have respect for people who work for a living. I was, but anyway, what I was getting at was I think it's, good Lord, the mosquito bite's killing me. Uh, I was thinking that the we don't understand necessarily how that product does what it's supposed to do to make our house, our homes, our where we live at, comfortable and cool and air conditioning or hot water in a water heater or even garbage disposals. I mean, we might have a rudimentary understanding. There's so much more that goes into it. It's when you step back and look at it, it's kind of dumbfounding or awe-inspiring even. One or the other. I mean, it could be both. So anyway, a little rambling about that. Sorry about that. But that's what it just dawned on me that's how much I didn't know about ACs and how much I still don't know about AC stuff. And I work in an air conditioning factory. So I started out on first shift and now I'm on second. So my videos will probably be done before I go to work instead of like I was doing after working in the evenings. So this is my first time on second ever. I worked third shift for years. I worked first shift, and when I worked in hardware retail, I worked, you go in at noon and get off at 9. So, so it's fun so far. I mean, I haven't quite got it down as fast as the guys who've been there for a while, and I don't think I will my first few days, But it makes me feel a little self-conscious that I can't. I got to manipulate a screw in one hand with a screw gun in another hand, and drill it into the guard unit that goes around the AC. Beep, 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 and I'm fumbling with these screws like crazy because I just don't have the skill yet. Manipulate the screw in my hand. So, but the guys I work with and the ladies, they all seem, very understanding and very nice about it. They understand that I'm new and it's going to take me a few days to get everything down pat. So, but it's a good job, and benefits will be good once I reach that plateau. Where, you got to have a certain amount of time before you get the full benefits and all that. I was working part time at a discount department store, clothing store, mostly clothing, called Gordman's on the east side of Wichita. When I left my job, I went to work there. When I left my job at the hotel, I went to work there part-time. And I was going to try to keep it part-time there and work at the AC factory. But working second shift, it just didn't work out to where I could keep both jobs. And because I could have used the extra dough to pay stuff off and all that. But hopefully I get some overtime. Get all my bills paid up, and I have a plan for any overtime pay after I'm caught up. I kind of want to take and sock it away into an account where I can't touch it. I mean, like I physically have to go to the bank to withdraw the money, unlike my normal account where I have my card and I can scan and get groceries and gas, etc., etc. I want an account where my overtime pay goes bink there, and then once a year, or if emergencies happen, something like that. But once a year, I can take a nice little vacation someplace, or have an extended weekend up in Kansas City or something like that. So that's my plan. We'll see how it works out. Everybody has plans, and sometimes they don't work out, and sometimes they do. So, but I think this weekend I'm going to do a tour of my cobs. Kind of like I did with the wood pipes. I'm going to do a tour of my cobs, and then I'm going to do a tour of my tobacco cellar. So be on the lookout for that video too. And I might do a beer review. All I have right now are Hams and High Life, so it'll probably be Hams or High Life. So anyway, I hope you all have a great weekend, and as the immortal Pi Pi always says, I am what I am.